We'll start off today's session with me rereading the introduction. I apologize if I cannot read it correctly. I am illiterate.
True.
Thousands of years have passed, and peace has stood strong during that time. Asmarin can easily be mistaken for a city of ancient myth, but that is not so. Peace was the common goal for this uncommon alliance. Holy crap, dude. Human, elves, dwarves, halflings, gnomes, and even the notoriously barbaric orcs have come together with the ultimate goal of peace. The stories of old tell us that one night, the six fathers heard a voice echoing through the valleys and over the mountains, telling them to come together. Thus, the first council was formed. They decided that coastal town would be the best due to the abundance of resources and the many routes that traders could take to reach Asmarin. Many years passed, and the city grew. This new empire was split into 6 factions, all separate areas with traditions reaching all the way back to their ancient ancestors. However, with the town erected, tensions began to grow. The founding fathers have long since passed, and their distant sons began to grow restless. The struggle for power erupted, and the factions began warring again. Before the first blow could be dealt, an object flew across the sky and landed directly in the center of town. With a loud explosion, the leaders of each faction rushed towards the center to lend aid for their people. As they arrived, a bright light began to pulsate from the point of impact, and a heavenly body came into view. "My name is Ezekiel, and all shall kneel before me." As Ezekiel's voice boomed through the alleyways, the flames subsided. Grass and wildflowers began to sprout beneath him, and the sky began to clear. Many years passed, and a cathedral was built in the center of town to praise Ezekiel for bringing peace back to the nations once more. The cathedral is the biggest building in town, towering over the rest. It is made of stone, lined with gold, and has windows made of crystal. There are 6 doors, each facing the 6 factions, and in the center of this building, there sits a round table with 6 thrones. Towards the back of the room, sitting below a window, sits a peculiar throne that is made out of gold, silver, and is encrusted with jewels. Ezekiel has sat there since its creation, and he has never once been seen to move from his throne. Weapons are not allowed in this building, neither are guardsmen, except for one. Since Ezekiel's arrival, life has been perfect for everyone who lives here. Famine, poverty, those are all just stories of the past. The story takes place in the year 356 AE, and it follows you, the adventurer. Craft your story as you see fit. Form this world with your own hands. The story belongs to you. Show me the story you wish to forge in the world that I have created. So, we start our adventure off with a simple being, Dalton Starres Jr. It is morning and you have just risen. What's your daily routine like?
I don't imagine myself to be one to quickly hop into armor, given the fact that combat is not usually seen. But I do eat breakfast like most, so I think I would like to kind of get together, get into my clothes and possibly head on downstairs towards the kitchens.
Okay. So this early in the morning, you do see your father and mother sitting at the table enjoying a breakfast prepared by one of their many hands-on helpers. They kind of look at you and they nod, and things go the way you think they would. You just grab your breakfast and you begin to eat.
Morning, father and mother.
They look at you, they say their good mornings, and your father gets up quickly as he has to report fairly early in the morning to go to his job as the head guard of the human faction. Your mother also has to leave because her job is across the town. She is a silk worker, one who works in many fabrics.
Yeah, this is not an uncommon sight for me to eat breakfast alone in the morning.
Okay. So you have finished your breakfast.
Alrighty then. I think I should probably continue getting ready and head outside. Maybe swing by the tavern for some work.
Okay. As you open the door, you're hit with a bright flash of light. Even though it's early in the morning, since you are on the coast, the light tends to reflect off of the water a little bit, making it a little bit brighter in this town. Everything about this town is kind of a utopia in a sense, I guess. Everything's perfect. It's super pretty. The streets are kept clean. As you take your step out, you look around. Nothing's unusual. It's kind of busy. All the shop owners are starting to open up shop. You see people rushing quickly into buildings trying to get ready for work, and you make it fairly easy towards the center of town where the tavern is.
All right, I pause outside of the door and roll my sleeves a bit, and then I'll enter.
Okay. Standing behind the bar is a little old lady. She greets you with a smile and waves her hand. Hi there, Dalton!
Hello.
In case you forgot, her name is Teresa.
No, I know.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure you know. Um, are you here to actually help, or are you here to stir up trouble again?
This one's just for business.
Oh, business. Okay. What do you need?
Well, I mean business in the sense of just doing the work. No, I'm not here to gaff.
Ah, so business. Okay. Well, you know what you usually do. Get in the back of the kitchen.
All right. And I come around the bar and enter the back area.
Okay, sweet. So you enter the back area. What is the name of your friend who works at the bar again?
Ooh, that one. I believe that's Needly.
Needly. Okay, so Needly's already back there. She is shining up the mugs, getting everything ready for the day. And as you enter, she looks up at you, and her eyes instantly brighten, almost as if she found her savior to this mundane work.
How's the morning been treating you?
It's like every other day. I'm here to do work. And I guess I can't really complain. I get gold. I cook. Just the normal stuff. How about yourself?
I don't usually like to spend my mornings alone, so I thought I'd drop by.
Yeah.
If we finish this work up quicker, there's more time for breaks.
Huh. You're right, aren't you? Well, get to it. Grab a mug. Here's a cloth. She tosses you a cloth. And help me prepare for the day.
I shall.
Okay. So while that is going on, Christian, we are on to you.
I'm here.
So, Theron, you are. It's peak morning. The guardsmen are outside of the town, and you are still in the forest. From where you're standing, you can very much see the gates of the town, and even from the distance you're at, you can see directly in the center of town there is this looming building that casts a great shadow across the city, and it is golden and beautiful.
I would approach the road from the forest and head towards the gates.
Okay, so you travel down the road, and once you get towards the gates, the guards kind of look at you. They eye you up and down to look at your attire, and the one on the left reaches out his hand. Halt! Who goes there?
My name is Theron Leodon, sir. And yours?
My name's Michael. What business might you have here? Are you here for work? Are you here for travel? Are you?
I'm here for travel, sir.
For travel. Okay. Is it all right if we inspect your belongings to make sure you aren't bringing anything in? That
Of
shouldn't be
course.
brought in?
He'd reach for his bag slowly. He'd reach for his bag and offer it to them.
Okay, so they ruffle through your bag. What materials are you carrying in your bag?
In my bag there would be a bedroll attached to it. There'd be a mess kit inside, a tinder box, 10 torches, some rations, a water skin. There'd also probably be some scriptures from home and a letter from his teacher, my teacher.
Okay. Do you have your weapons on you?
Yes, my bow is across my back and my short swords are at my sides, sheathed and whatever, yeah.
So Michael looks you up and down. He gives you a smile. Everything looks like it's in line here. Make sure you keep those weapons holstered. There will be trouble. I can assure you that if you were to pull them out of their holsters. Other than that, you can head to the center of town. That's a very popular destination. That's where the general market is. You can find blacksmiths, general goods stores. You can even find the Golden Tavern, which is our renowned tavern. And if you're lucky enough, maybe you can see the cathedral in all of its glory. I mean, you'll be able to walk up to it.
Is there by chance a Fletcher in the center of town?
You can test your luck and see if you can find one. I don't see why there wouldn't be.
Thank you, sir. And I'd reach for my bag.
Yeah, he hands your bag over to you and lets you go down the path.
I'm gonna head towards the center of town.
Okay. So as you head towards the center of town, you notice that there's just this one giant road that's like 2 horse carts wide, and it leads directly down to the center where all the busy stalls are going on. On this road, you can see smaller shops open on the sides. You're actually headed down the elven path and the orcish path. So on the right side, the elves reside, and you can see fine cloth and silk kind of sprawled across the string, on display, of course. And then on the left side, you see animal hide and meat being sold. And so you make your way to the center of town.
All right.
So is there anything you are looking for in particular?
As I walk, I'll be looking for signage that represents like a bow or arrows or anything that would represent a Fletcher.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a 10.
Okay, so...
That's a 12, sorry.
Well, okay.
I have a 4 in perception.
Okay. So you look around, and you don't see any specific signage that would indicate that there's a Fletcher there. But you do see a general goods vendor who seems to have something of a quill resting on one of his tables. And you do see the blacksmith sign. Go ahead and give me, like, I guess, an intelligence check.
That's an 8 again.
Okay. Just a solid 8, a flat 8?
Yeah, I have 0 in intelligence,
Okay,
so.
sweet. Okay, so yeah, you see the general goods sign, you see the blacksmith sign.
I would head towards the general goods first, probably. It makes sense because my first being in a town was a while back, so I probably would head towards the general goods
Okay.
to see if either he could point me in the right direction or if he himself had arrows to sell.
Okay, so as you make your way towards the general goods stand, you can hear the bustling of the crowd as the shops begin to open up and the customers begin pouring in. You hear a lot of the shop owners and the stand owners kind of scream at you, telling you to come over to their stall to see what they have. Nothing in particular, though, strikes you as odd, and so you make your way to the general goods owner. He's kind of a short man. He's a little stout dude. Looking him up and down. You know, as a child, you went to school, and so you have heard of his people before, and you've seen pictures of gnomes. He kind of looks at you and very frantically gathers up all of his loose papers on the table and looks at you and goes, "What do you need? What can I help you with?"
I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of buying some arrows.
And he points to the quill. This is all I have. You can look at it. If you want it, you can take it.
Are they just regular arrows?
Yeah, they from the look of it at a quick glance, they're just arrows with stone tips on them. They definitely don't look like they're in pristine condition. You could, if you wanted to, you could ask if you can hold one and maybe investigate it or something like that to see if they're shootable.
Do you mind if I take a look at these before I purchase them?
You can if you want, but you have to hurry, please. I have a lot of customers behind you.
Is there a lot of people behind me?
No. There's just people passing by.
Alright. I would pick up an arrow and I would give it a gander.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
17.
17, okay. You look at these arrows and they definitely aren't the finest arrows you've ever seen. They will fly if you shoot them, but the balance is a little bit heavy so that the tip will always point a little bit upwards when you let them go from the bowstring. And the feathers are a little frayed, so you can tell these are old. And with the frayed arrows, you know, they wouldn't travel as far as a normal arrow would, or a pristine arrow would.
I would set the arrow down and thank the gnome for his time. And I would move on towards further into the center of town.
Okay, so
towards this tavern that they speak of.
Okay, so as you leave, you know, the dwarf or the gnome kind of waves his hand at you, and he's all like, "Oh, thank you so much for coming," yada yada yada. And you look around. Give me. You said you wanted to look for the. You said you wanted to look for the tavern.
Yeah, the golden one.
Okay. Give me another perception check. Then there is a lot of people around.
7.
7.
I got a
rolls
3.
are going real well today.
So
Hey, this is not the dice I was using.
you look around, and being in a brand new area, you're kind of flustered by the amount of people. It's hard for you to make out any signage for the tavern. Perhaps you can look for a guard instead and ask him where it is.
Yeah, sure. He'd find a nearby guard after being confuddled.
So you notice that, like, down each of the 6 major roads, on each end in the center of town, there stands 2 guards. And so you approach one of them and ask where the tavern is. He looks at you up and down and smiles and kind of gestures towards the center of the giant crowd, and with that you can see distinctly the sign of a tavern painted in gold, and you can make it out as the Golden Tavern.
Okay. I would head there, assuming that there is food.
Okay. So, you reach the door of the Golden Tavern, and inside, now there's already a couple patrons in the bar area, chowing down on venison and other types of meats.
You describe the inside of this tavern. Would it be a pretty luxurious place?
I wouldn't say luxurious as in like gold and such,
Mhm.
but you can tell that the materials that the bar is made of and the benches and the tables, it's made out of very fine mahogany.
Mhm.
It still is a tavern, however, so there's gonna be adventurers inside of it,
Mhm.
being all rowdy and stuff, and so there definitely isn't any expensive gold or gems lying around or anything like that.
Yeah. He would take in the tavern for a moment before approaching the bar.
Okay.
I'll get there.
So as you approach the bar, you see a little lady quickly jolt her eyes over at you. She's in the middle of helping a customer, and she kind of waves her hand at you. I'll be over there in a short minute. Please give me a second to finish this. And so she does her business, hands the customer his jug of mead, and then she quickly runs over to you. Ah, that's a face I haven't seen before. What are you doing here?
Well, I've left home, and I visited the elven city of Theobel, and they all pointed me in the direction of this city. I'm here to see the sights, and whatever adventure comes my way, I'm very welcome to it.
Adventure, you say? Well, there hasn't been anything adventurous necessarily in a long time. I mean, this town's pretty stable in terms of economics. We just do normal things that normal towns do. I guess your adventure's your journey here.
Of course. Although, back home, there's not a very luxurious chapel outside.
Ah, the chapel, huh? Well, not many people can go in there. I know there's a guard. Haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. We get a couple of the council members in here every once in a while. But yeah, that's about it. Apparently, now this is just a story, and it's supposedly true. In the center of that cathedral, there sits a man who has never moved. That's what's taught in the books, and that is what's believed. That might interest a traveler like you.
But no one is allowed in to see?
That is correct. No one has ever been allowed in. It's very mysterious, and a lot of people are starting to doubt that there is a singular man who sits in there all day.
How long has it been since anyone of the common folk has seen this man?
Oh, he hasn't been seen in many years. I'd say, well, the books tell us. When I was a kid, the book told us 320 years. So if you carry the two, around 356 years.
Wow. Side note, would I know the man's name? Would I have heard anything about him yet? Having been through Theobel?
Going through Theobel, you've heard of Ezekiel, yes, but Theobel, if you're from Theobel, they think of it more as a legend or a myth.
Oh.
Only Asmarine would be
Okay.
a town that actually believes that he exists.
Okay.
So,
So what does this man do all day?
sits on his throne and makes sure nothing happens, I guess. I mean, I'd kill for a job like that. It's much better than working this in. Getting old.
As I left, my stomach would audibly growl, and I'd kind of put my hand on it. Oh, I'd forgotten the reason I'd came in here was to grab a bite to eat.
What are you looking for? We have everything from meats to berries. And we have a specially made mead made from the wheat and the barley from the fields of Asmarine.
No mead for me, thank you. Venison will do.
That's fine with me. And she kind of looks in the back and yells out to... Excuse me. Oh my gosh. She looks in the back and she yells out to Needly. Needly! I need some food. And she looks back at you, and Josh is informing me now it's Nedley, not Needly. My bad. She looks back at you and smiles. It'll be out shortly. And with that, she goes and tends to her other patrons.
Are there bar stools at the bar, or is
yeah,
it just
definitely,
a standalone bar?
Definitely.
I would take a seat at the bar and wait for my food.
Okay, Josh. Okay, we're gonna go back in time a little bit. Josh.
Yeah.
You're done cleaning the glasses, and the
Oh,
bar is there's still about 10-15 minutes before the bar opens. What do you and Nedley do?
Whoa. Don't make it weird, alright? I'm just saying, like, you know, she's been sitting here trying to get all this work done by herself. I mean, I might as well, like, trying to clear things up so that she can, like, have a breather. That was all,
That's
man.
all you guys do is just chat, talk about friendship stuff.
Yeah, you know, talk about the man who never moves. That's, you know, typical stuff.
You know that Ezekiel guy? It's kind of weird, huh? I wonder if he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, I think he steals children.
You would know that that he does take children. Yes. Everyone in town knows about that.
I wish my child could get taken.
Oh,
When I have one, mind you.
Oh, really? That'd be a great honor, wouldn't it? So that's all you do. You just catch up with her.
Yeah, and then I don't see anything to be super urgent, you know. So
okay, so the bar does open after you guys chat. Are you sticking around to help out?
yeah, for a while. Probably take a break somewhere along the way, and
Are you
maybe not show back up.
Would your character be just in the back cleaning, or would he help drive tables with
I'm not like, yeah, I mean, I don't think I like bussing tables, so I'd probably not want to, but if I needed to, I would do so if it was slow in the dishes department.
Okay, sweet. So fast forward into time. Teresa kind of looks back and she screams into the tavern. Dalton, can you bring the dish out, please, for that man?
Yes.
Okay, so you have
Coming.
Shit. So you have your dish, and the man she is referring to just happens to be Theron. But of course you don't know his name, so you call out, asking for who ordered the venison or whatever meat he ordered.
Who ordered the meat?
Who wants my meat?
Well, that's not what I said, man.
That would be me, sir.
Right. Coming over. As in, probably moving like 2 feet to my left, and then
yeah,
place that down. Anything else, or shall I be back off to the back?
Do you mind if you get me some water?
I could probably do that, yeah. So I will go back in and get a glass of water.
Nice.
I don't, however long it takes, and I'm back again. Woo! Here's your water.
Thank you.
And I'll turn to.
So as you hand him his water, you guys hear a commotion outside. There's a lot of screaming, and you can hear the crowd make an audible. And you can picture everyone with their both their hands on their faces doing the O face, like oh.
Like the scream picture?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm taking my break now.
Okay.
Would I bring my plate? I think I would just pick up the meat and go outside.
Okay, so both of you rush outside. Devin, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, currently there are 2 guards on top of you,
Uh,
pinning you down to the ground with each guard on top of your hands, on each of your arms. They look down at you. You were caught stealing bread from this vendor. State your reason.
I was just hungry. I needed the food. Get off of me.
The crowd is perplexed. In the many years prior to this, there's never been a crime before. They've never seen the guards leave their posts to apprehend someone like this, and so everyone's kind of pointing fingers and such. Joshua and Christian, you guys are both at the butt end of the crowd. Do you guys push in further to see what's going on, or?
I definitely am.
Okay.
Same.
100%.
Okay, sweet. So both of you, go ahead and give me, let's see, acrobatics. See if you can weave in and out of these people.
What? I can't talk my way through. Can't just be like, can I push to the front?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Excuse me. My dad's a god. Could I?
You could definitely play My Dad's a Guard card. You can.
I would like to.
Okay, so you make it through with relative ease. Everyone's backing off, and they're like, "Oh my god, is that Dalton, Junior? Oh man, he's the human nigga." And shit.
The
goes down.
human nigga.
Okay, what about you, Christian?
I got an 11.
An 11. Okay. You push through, with, I'd say, relative ease. Like, I mean, there's a couple of people who are like, no, I don't want to move, but you just and Spider-Man your way through it,
Nice.
dodging and such.
Slender elf.
And so both of y'all do see what's going down. You see a man pinned to the floor, and Josh, you recognize that there is a human guard and an orc guard on top of him.
What does the apprehended look like?
In terms of face, he still has his hood on, but in terms of facial features, he definitely looks like he could be a normal human. And you do hear him screaming about just food and such. So Devin, back to you. These guards aren't having any of it. They look down at you. If you wanted food, you could have asked for it instead of stealing it like the thief you are. I don't even know what to
I'm
do.
new here. Give me a break.
What was your reason of travel for coming?
I was just looking for work.
If that's the case, why didn't you ask for a job like any other normal person?
I've been out for a while. I just needed a break.
Okay. They look at you and they're like, "Get on your feet. We're taking you somewhere. Somewhere private where we can talk."
All right. I'll begrudgingly get up and follow the man.
Can I interject real quickly?
Yeah, for sure.
I would slip back into the crowd within viewing distance.
Okay, so Christian, you make it back a little bit, and you're just an onlooker now.
I want to
Joshua,
hide, is basically, yeah.
Do you use the name card again? Are you like, is I Dalton, or are you just gonna be like, hey, what's up?
I want to not necessarily name card, but
Mhm.
I want to ask how much is he meant to have stolen? Like or monetary worth.
You stole a loaf of bread, so barely 50 silver.
And is he expected to repay that?
Well, and as
Would
the
that fix this whole situation?
Well, nothing like this has ever happened before. We've never had to deal with any with any thief of this sorts before. So I'm bringing him in so that we can talk to your father, Dalton, and find out what we do with this man. And at that saying, the orc guard looks over at the human guard, and you can hear him mumble something under his breath. Can you roll a perception to see if you can hear it?
Yeah, what this boy what this guy say?
And also, do you speak Orcish?
Yes, I do have the orc language. So. Interesting,
So do
isn't
I.
it?
But you're far away, bro. You decided to.
Yeah, I know,
slink.
but I sneak.
Perception. That is a 12.
Okay, a 12. You can hear a couple of words. Let's see. Yeah, you can hear a few words. Like, you can't hear the full-on sentence, but in terms of what you can hear human.
What was that?
And he kind of looks at you, and then just fucking hangs his head down again as they drag this man.
Wait, where was the bread stolen? Where was the scene? Or who was stolen from, so I can go talk with them?
The human guard grunts, and he points at the stall. Like, it's literally like 10 feet down the road.
Perfect. I'm gonna go over to that.
Okay, sweet. So
Let them continue with their business.
Devin, are they dragging you, or are you complying and just walking along?
I'm complying.
Okay, sweet. So you guys make your way to the chambers.
I'm gonna
What's up?
follow them, but sneakily.
Ooh, sneakily.
So you're gonna
ooh.
sneak in a crowd of people, not just like blend in with a crowd of people.
Well, that's what I mean.
Okay. I was imagining like you like crouch down, like
No.
walking slowly. I was like, that's so that's
Like,
definitely not sneaking.
Assassin's Creed type shit.
Yeah.
I'm with some nuns right now. Nobody notices me.
Okay.
My hood's up.
You got your hood up. You know you're following a group of 4 nuns with your head bowed down. Easy. Okay. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you follow them, and they don't make notice of you. You see them slip into a building that's fairly big, definitely not as big as the cathedral, but it's large in stature. And outside there are 2 guards as well, and the 2 guards that are kind of trailing you along, Devin. The human guard is able to pull you in, but the orc guard salutes the rest of the guards and walks off back to his post.
Are the other guards human?
Yes, this is primarily a human, or this is only human. There are only humans at this guard area.
Okay. Is there any kind of signage that I could see or read
Yeah,
on the building?
There's a sign that says "Human Sector Guards."
Okay.
So you can tell that this is the guardhouse of the human sector of this town.
Can I
Devin.
interject here?
Yeah, what's up?
I would like to make my way to the bread vendor
Mhm.
and pay him for lost goods,
Yeah, so
stolen goods.
So the bread vendor kind of looks at you and smiles. He goes, "Oh, you don't have to do anything like this for me. It was just a loaf of bread."
I mean, but how much was it worth?
That loaf of bread, it was stale. Honestly, I don't know why he stole it. He could have had it for free. Say like a couple copper. 5 or so, to be honest.
Well, in spirit of fair trade, I shall give you 1 gold piece for that bread.
His jaw
Because I do
opens
not
wide.
have the change to go down to copper, but I have now paid for the bread that is stolen. May I take like 1 extra loaf with me?
Oh, please do. You can have like 10 if you want.
I'd only like 1.
He hurriedly grabs the gold and shoves it into his pocket and goes to the back of his stall, where you can see a small stone oven. And he wraps up your piece of bread in parchment paper and ties it with twine and hands it to you.
All right, thank you. And I would like to make my way towards where they have brought this culprit.
Oh shit, you want to head to Daddy's place? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. So you make your way there. Christian, where are you hiding, per se?
Probably just kind of chilling in plain view, but not looking suspicious. Just waiting for the man to come out.
Okay, Josh. As you make your way to the guard's tower, go ahead and give me a perception check real quick. Let's see if you notice Christian or not.
That's a 14.
Okay, so you do. You see the elf that you had given food to in the morning.
All right.
Just kind of sitting outside of the guard's tower.
I will acknowledge him,
Mhm.
I guess, in just like a... Okay, cool. He's here. And then I'd like to approach the front guardsmen.
Okay, sweet. So you approach the front guardsman and they look at you and smile and say, "Hey, what's up, Junior?"
Yes, I'm here to witness the culprit that has been brought in fairly recently.
You want to see your dad in action, huh?
Well, yes. Given that there isn't usually much crime and such, I kind of want to see how this proceeds.
Okay. They gladly open the door and just let you in. I mean, you've been in here enough as a small child that they know you mean no harm, and you're basically not a threat to them at all.
Rad.
So you're
All right.
let in. You're greeted by the front desk woman. She looks at you and heard your conversation outside about where you wanted to go and points you in the direction where you are led to the cells. And because there has never been any crime in this town, there's a singular cell that is fairly small. Maybe big enough to hold 2 people at most. And there sits this humanoid-looking figure.
All right.
So,
Is there any guard attending the cell?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's one outside of it sitting at his desk, and he's
Okay.
kind of nervous. Like, even though this is a petty theft, it's nothing big. Nothing's ever happened like this before, so you can tell like he's kind of shaking a little bit.
No, definitely.
He tells you. He looks over at you and he goes, "Junior, don't go near him. He's a criminal."
Oh, I know. I was there when they got him. Not necessarily seeing what exactly happened, but I would like to talk to him if that is possible.
I mean, here let's see what your dad wants to do first. And
All
with
right.
that, he just goes back to his paperwork.
Yep.
Devin,
Yes.
you are now in the cell. What are you doing?
I'm anxiously awaiting whatever's coming.
Okay, dope. Josh, your dad comes down. Dalton Sr. comes down, and he asks just a couple of normal questions to Darridge. So, state your name.
Daraj.
Okay. He has a book and a quill out, and he's writing it down. Your height?
5'10".
Okay. Brown eyes.
700 pounds.
Looks about this weight. Okay, and he closes the book. He looks over at you and he goes, "Hey, what's up, Junior? What do you want?"
I was here to witness the proceedings of this, considering that there has not been anything like this in a long time. I've also brought you some bread.
He smiles and grabs the bread gingerly. "Oh boy, I have the butter for this." And
Yeah, taken from the same stall that apparently was stolen from.
that's my son. Did you pay back the man?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I
good
paid
lord.
probably 10 times the amount
Oh
worth
my.
for both the stolen goods as well as this loaf, but
Remember, money doesn't grow on trees. And with that, he kind of just walks back into his office to write down these notes and transfer them over for the bookkeeper.
awesome.
Josh, you now have free reign to talk to Diraj. Diraj.
Why'd you do it?
Just needed something to eat, man. Didn't think anybody would care.
I mean, everybody likes to eat, yeah. But were you really starving?
Yeah, man, I've been traveling. Looking for work.
You know what I think is most funny is that the one you stole from is probably the one who cares the least.
Exactly. I don't understand why everybody decided to sound the guards and everything.
Well, nobody should have to steal. That is probably the reason why.
Can I just go, man? It
Oh, that's not
doesn't
my
seem like I'm in trouble,
that's not my call to make.
but maybe you could help me out.
Well, what are you going to do if you were let out? Choose not to eat and then steal more bread when you're starving?
Maybe. Not in this town, though.
I mean, where else is there to go? This is the town.
Josh.
Yes?
This time you see Cade's father, Hermes, just sprint right past you and into your dad's office.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
And the door closes right behind you with a loud thud. And you hear, like, frantic mumbling. Roll a perception, both of you.
Looks like something bigger has come up. Oh, yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. What about you?
12.
12, 9. Oh, yikes. Okay. Ooh, big yikes. You guys only hear the frantic mumbling and back and forth. And Josh, you can pick out your dad's, like the sound of your dad's voice. You can't hear what he's saying, but you can definitely tell it went from a to a
Boom!
and the door
Okay.
like swings open and with such force that the building shakes.
Oh.
And your dad looks at you and he just goes, "Oh, hi there, Junior. I need to borrow Diraj for a few." Say, yeah. And so,
Borrow.
yeah. Sorry about this one, but I don't think you'll be able to follow us. And with that, he opens up the cage and asks you to follow him. Diraj.
Huh.
Alright, I'll follow him and just keep my mouth shut.
Okay. So they leave the
Okay.
building. Josh, do you follow?
Oh, no, I go, I'm going to go back to the Golden Tavern and, basically state that, I think I, am done for the day.
Okay, dope. Christian.
Aye.
You see Diraj and Papa Dalton exit the building, and they are heading towards the center of town.
I see the man who was captured.
Yes.
Okay. That's his name.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you choose to follow?
Yup.
Okay, sweet. How close? This one matters.
I'd probably just like catch up to them.
Oh, okay. So they walk towards the center of town and they reach the gate in front of the cathedral, and the human councilman is there. His name, Josh, you would know, but his name is Pendle. Oh, you're not there though. So Pendle
I
is,
know.
King Pendle is at the front of the door, and he opens it up and lets Dalton Senior in with Daraj. So Christian, you see this go down. Are you gonna try to walk in as well, or?
Yeah, he'd want to see the cathedral.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A pronunciation.
Okay, so
Cathedral.
Dalton Senior and Daraj make it through easily, but as you step up to the gates of the cathedral and try to walk through the door, Pendle backs up and two guards draw their weapons and point them at you. You are not permitted to come in. State your business, traveler.
His hands shoot up. He's like, I didn't know. I just wanted to see inside. That's all.
No one is allowed inside. Take 10 steps back and return to the crowd. And
He would take 13 steps back, and I would look for Dalton and what's the other guy's name?
Daraj?
Yeah, the two inside that went inside.
Gosh. Oh no, actually. Then I would go back to the tavern.
It is a gate, right? So you're able to see through.
Okay, yeah.
So you just watch what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dalton and Daraj, they get to the base of the cathedral, and a lone guard rushes over to them, speaks to Dalton, and relieves Dalton of his duties. And Dalton heads back to the gate and walks out, and you see Daraj get sent into the cathedral alone with this guard.
Oh no.
And Dalton Senior leaves the gates and returns to the guard post.
Devin, are you dead?
Yes.
Devin, I am going to pull you into a private call.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I can't do that because I'm recording this. I will type to you of what is happening soon. So, Christian, after seeing this, what do you do?
I look for Dalton Jr. Or did he didn't go inside the cathedral, did he?
Dalton Jr.?
Yeah.
He left. You saw him leave the guards post, and I think Josh, you were headed to the tavern again?
I was going back to the tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So once he passed you wouldn't know where he went because you're fairly close to the tower.
Well, I never paid for my food, so I'm gonna go back to the inn before I get taken to some spooky cathedral.
Good
Josh,
call.
I swear, he's not evil, okay?
Whoa, dude, no, he's literally like, bring him before me while I watch him cut off his head.
Gonna siphon his soul out real quick.
Ezekiel, my man's Ezekiel is a good man, okay? Okay.
He's just like, yo, you got the munchies too?
Oh, I'm gonna eat your ass.
Whoa!
As in,
That
he's
would
gonna
honestly-
eat him, okay? Not like his butt, okay? Okay, so
Insert
Doph,
quack noise.
you make your
Yeah.
way back to the tavern as well. A little bit after Dalton does. So Dalton, you're at the tavern. What are you doing?
I wanted to basically say, like, hey, so I helped for a little bit, but there are more pressing matters that I must attend to.
Okay.
So I would like to be relieved of today.
Teresa tosses you a singular gold. She goes, "Okay,
Oh.
get out of here."
Bang. Money
Um,
back.
Oh. Yeah. Fucking rad.
Typically, you get 5
Alright.
gold for
Oh, no,
helping out for the
definitely.
day. But because of how early your thing was cut short, you get uno gold, and so yeah, you
That
leave.
is fine. That's fine by me. Yeah, and I'd like to return home and
Dope. Forget today
Yeah.
happened.
yeah, just gonna go into my room like fetal position,
Just
rock
cry.
back and forth.
Bad person in town.
Evil.
Oh god, voodoo.
But yeah, no, I'd like to go back to my home.
Okay, so you make it home pretty safe. Theron, you are now in the tavern, and Teresa looks at you and she goes, "Oh, I thought you were gonna run off and not pay for your food. What an interesting day. 2 villains in one day. Never seen that before."
No, ma'am, not at all. He
Just,
comes up.
Please don't send me to the guards.
Not after what happened to that man outside.
She kind of looks at you and smiles. Well, it will be 3 gold for your food, and 5 more gold for your water. And then she kind of looks at you and laughs. Just kidding, water's on the house, silly.
Okay.
I was actually fucking.
I pull 3 gold out of my bag and offer it to her.
Okay, with that, she takes it and happily smiles. She goes, "Can I get you anything on your way out, or do you want anything else from me? Maybe a mead?"
No, thank you on the mead, ma'am. I did have some questions, but I think there's only one man that can answer them.
Well, you can always try your questions at me if you want. I'll help if I can.
What is going to happen to that man? He was just taken into the cathedral that nobody is allowed to enter. Will he be alright?
Have you asked the guards?
They did not like me for a moment there, and with good reason, I suppose they did not like me, but it was rather aggressive.
Well, I assume that he will be dealt with, I guess.
There was a man here earlier who left out with me. Do you know where he went?
Are you talking about Dalton?
Yes.
He said he was off for the day. So I guess he's exploring the town or doing whatever Dalton does. Now, if that's all you have to ask, I must get going and tend to the other patrons.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the meal.
Okay. She smiles and runs off and does her own thing again. Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
Devin, I'm gonna
The
type to
whole
you.
town, I'm gone.
Devin, I'm gonna type to you what happened.
You could just server deafen.
Yeah, but I'm recording on the video, and so when I upload this, it's gonna be all up in there. Okay, sweet. So you leave the tavern. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna leave the town? Just out?
No, I wanted to go by home and actually get my armor and weapons and everything together.
Okay, you do that. It's a fairly easy process because you know the town like the back of your hand, and yeah, you go home, you get fully equipped. What about you, Christian?
I'm still looking for these arrows, man.
Okay. You. Let's see here. Give me another perception check if you want to look for a place that sells arrows.
Oh man, here we go. Oh, 16.
Oh fuck! You notice that the blacksmith sells arrows.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop. I'm headed there.
Oh
Dope.
wow!
Oh wow!
Oh,
Plot twist.
It's not like I
What?
alluded to that earlier.
huh.
But he failed the intelligence check.
I'm pretty dumb. I don't know much about people.
No. You're frazzled dazzled because of this town.
Oh,
Obviously.
heck yeah.
And now you're like
and now
extra
I'm even
frazzled.
more frazzled. And I'm like, let me just get some arrows. And like, I'm gonna go see what the rest of the world's got, because this place is creepy.
Okay,
Kind of.
so you head into the blacksmith's area and you see a small dwarf, and he looks at you and he goes, "Hello, what might I help you with today?"
I'd like to price some arrows, sir.
Yeah, I got some arrows on the counter over there. And he like gestures towards the counter, and there's just a shit ton of arrows.
Would you mind if I took a look at these?
Yeah, of course. We got iron arrows, steel arrows, platinum arrows, silver arrows.
Wait, platinum arrows. Wait, one sec.
Platinum, soft metals. Actually, is platinum a soft
Lead
metal?
arrows.
Ideos.
Lead.
Oh, poison them. Poison them. I like it.
On impact, it just squishes.
You got some graphite arrows too? Alright.
Bristle to the touch.
They just shatter. As I pull them back, it just breaks to dust. And I'm like, exactly what I wanted to happen.
Brokey, you
No,
bet-
I would-
Brokey, you bought it.
I'm gonna go examine the iron arrows, as I imagine that is
They are
what
your
I
state
would.
of the mill arrows. Yes.
They would be what I am used to and what I can afford.
Okay. So you pick up the arrow and you rest it in the center with your finger, and you notice that it's perfectly balanced. If you were to shoot this arrow, it will hit its mark. Albeit you have to be a good archer, so if you suck, that's on you.
You're right. Is there a bundle price for these, or are they just one by one, sir?
You can buy them individually. One arrow is about 5 silver. Or you can get a bundle for 20, or 20 arrows for 1 gold.
For the record, Matt,
What's up?
are you doing 100 silver to a gold conversion?
No, I'm doing, wait, yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. Just wondering.
I know a lot of people do, what, 10 silver?
10 silver, 100 copper, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I like to keep it the
Two electrum?
hundreds, so 100s copper, 100 silver, 100 gold.
Okay.
What does gold go into again? Platinum?
gold goes into platinum.
Yeah, and then platinum goes into... Does platinum go into anything higher?
Well, it's copper, silver, electrum. Electrum is usually equivalent to 5 silver pieces, whereas gold is usually 10. So it would be below gold.
I know, Josh, I'm fucking with you. We are doing the standard D&D 100
Okay.
copper, 10 silver, 10
Cool.
silver to a gold. This man's just trying to rip you off if you want to buy a singular arrow.
I see.
You see,
I was
it's
just
a
I just
con.
had a
Yeah,
question.
yeah, it's a con.
Yeah, no, I
Do you buy the bundle?
Theron, hold on. Theron would sit there for puzzled for a moment and like count on his fingers. I'll
Yeah, if you
take a
bought 20
bundle, sir.
I can't.
I'll take a bundle.
He laughs at
20
you.
individual would be 10 gold.
He laughs at you and he goes, "You know, I never tricked anybody into buying the singular arrow. I was hoping you'd be the one."
You almost, sir, almost.
He laughs and he bundles your arrows up in a leather. And he goes, "This one's on the house because you made me laugh." And so now it's in a leather satchel, a little leather pouch that he quickly wrapped up the arrows in, and he hands it to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Now hand me the gold.
Yeah, I'd hand him a gold.
Yes.
So you know, fear mongering in my players. Yeah, because one of the players is just gone now.
Yeah, I
it's
guess he just
gone.
never comes back.
Do you want more? Do you want all of it? No.
As you grab the leather binding for the arrows, it starts to heat up.
What the fuck?
and it feels warm to the touch, and you hear a faint whispering. So go ahead and give me.
What the fuck did this man just hand me? It's on the
Go
house. It's
ahead and
cursed.
give me an Arcana check.
Oh. The fuck? What is that? The dot. I need the dot. It's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay, so the leather comes
Classic.
from a cursed cow. It's a
Great.
void cow. No kidding. You can't tell what magic it's coming from, but you definitely know it's not from the blacksmith, because the blacksmith's staring at you, wondering why you look so like at odd at the arrows he just gave you. And you hear a voice telling you to come to the center of town again, where the cathedral is.
Oh.
And he refers to you by name, so Tavern, come to the center and enter my cathedral. And that's all you hear. And just as that happens, the warmth from the leather disappears. And everything goes back to normal.
That leather was a telephone.
I'm sorry. Sir, do you know the man in the cathedral?
Yeah, Ezekiel? What about him?
As he says the name, I just kind of nod. Thank you, sir. And I'd turn on my heel, I'd leave, and I'd...
He's about to get killed in front of the gates again. Oh, shit. That's a thinking face you got there, Christian.
He wants... I'm trying to think. I'm putting myself in Theron's head. He'd go to the cathedral.
Boy. Okay, so we'll catch up on that. Switch over to Joshua. You have your armor and stuff, and your dad has run home, and he is outside of the house, and you see him in the doorway, and he is panting, and he looks frightened, and he looks at you, and he goes, Junior.
Yeah. Who?
Ezekiel wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Your dad
Sorry,
dad is pale. Like, he is shaking, and he is in a cold sweat right now.
Then we all gonna die.
Okay.
You being from this town, you've never heard of this before. Like, Ezekiel usually just sits passively on his throne.
He doesn't move.
He doesn't move.
And now he speaks.
Yeah. Apparently telepathically. You don't even know me.
Spoiler. Oh,
you do know me. I tried to go into this cathedral and I got in trouble, so I was just gonna be like...
was it urgent?
Your dad looks at you, and he's just like, are you fucking dull?
Are you Dalton?
Are you dull? Ezekiel wants to talk to you.
All right.
And with that, he like pushes you out of the doorway and like shoves you towards the center of town.
So did I get my stuff? Or was this before I could get my stuff?
No, you had everything on. You
Oh, okay. So then, if I had everything on, I wouldn't have asked if is it urgent.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could get my stuff on. So I thought he got to there first. My bad.
No, I slipped it. It was after you got everything on. You're on your
Okay.
way out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Like your dad thinks you're retarded. Like, hello.
That fucking killed me. I'm sorry.
Are you dull?
Are you dull?
He said, is it urgent? I was like, are you 13? Go! You better go! This man telepathically spoke to me through leather. He's gonna fucking destroy your mind from across the cathedral. He's like, you don't come to me.
I am heading out immediately.
Brain
my fucking bad, Dad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm such a disappointment. Damn.
Okay. So Theron, you first. You reach the gate, and the two guards are eyeing you again. And they're all like, you come back for more trouble.
I stand 10 steps away, 11. I stand 11 steps away. I have been asked by this piece of leather to come to the cathedral and speak to it.
It.
Someone
Do you mean
talk to me.
Ezekiel?
I don't know if it was him. I would imagine that the leather did not just ask me to come here. And I kind of stare at the leather. Are you trying to get me into trouble?
Damn, are you dull?
Hey man,
Oof.
spooky leathers. Somebody got. Just... Look.
So the two guards at first they draw their weapons again, and as they move closer to you, and they're like, "This man's mad." But then suddenly, their weapons shine gold, and they drop their weapons. And then
It's me.
all
I'm a mage now.
throughout the town is Ezekiel's voice, and so everyone can hear it, and it booms across the town. And he tells them to let you in. And so, Josh, you hear this as well. You hear a loud booming voice of Ezekiel stating, "Let Tavern enter my gates."
All right, I am booking.
Okay.
Know what this means? This is public execution. Feels good.
You're booking it, bro. You see the two guards now. They're still like staring like in the sky, and they're like, "What the
Staring
fuck?
at Theron.
What just happened?" And Theron, you're entering into the cathedral, being escorted by the guard. You reach the gate, Josh, and the guards let you enter, but you can't open the cathedral doors yourself.
Ah.
Do you try to open it, like even more, like put your strength into it, or are you just gonna sit outside?
I will wait.
You will.
Good call.
I am
Right?
not.
I'm in
breaking
there
it.
and it closed behind me?
Dope. Okay, so, an orc guard, opens up the cathedral door and smiles at you, and he goes, "Hello, Junior." And at this point, you don't know who he is, but he knows who you are because he is a guard, and so he's talked to your father once or twice.
Hello. You know of me, and I do not know of you. But may I
Ezekiel
enter?
told me you were coming. Yes, hurry up. He's made a big spectacle out of this, as you know. The whole town heard him screaming.
Oh no, 100%.
And like,
About a wood elf that just came into town.
and like you can tell that like Klein's been here for a while, because instead of like treating Ezekiel like the almighty god everyone else is, he's kind of like, Ezekiel, gross.
Whoa, did you just name drop him without me knowing his name?
Klein?
You know, no. Don't worry about it. So yeah, so Klein walks. Klein lets you in, right? And so now you are in front of everybody. You've just entered the door, and everybody turns their heads towards you. And in the center, or in the back of the cathedral, sits a chair, and there is an armored man who is like 4 times the size of any human you've ever seen, like of the biggest human you've ever seen. Like, this man just looks like a fucking beast. Like, it's, compare your character to Tracer, this man is Reinhardt.
Oh.
And so he is sitting there. However, something's off. His hands are limp, and his head is being hung down, almost as if he were asleep. Dalton, as you enter, a light shines onto the suit of armor, this husk of a man, and the air around you starts to shake. Now, you are a paladin, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
Question,
Huh.
real quick. My weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Does he does everyone else have no weapons other than this one guard, or should I like be taking my?
Oh no, you guys
laying them
all
on the
have
ground,
their
or-
weapons. No, we're
Okay.
chilling. They didn't do
Okay.
anything with them. Yeah, even
Shit.
even the bandit, the thief that you saw, has his weapons.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
The fuck?
exactly. Your dad returned it to him and everything. Like, it's like, what the hell is going on? Okay, so this suit of armor starts to shake, and it looks like strings are pulling on it, and everything snaps to rigid. His head shoots up instantly, and he looks down at all of you. Josh, I know that as a skill, divine sense, you have to use it to sense any celestials, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, as a DM, this man is such a powerful celestial. Like right
Okay.
off the bats, as soon as you step into his presence, he's an angel.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Sounds good.
I can I start heading to like where they are?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that and probably go to like one knee. Just generally being whew,
Okay, so
some holy shit.
when you guys meet this man, Devin, your character has already been talking to Ezekiel for like half an hour. I messaged you, of course, what he was talking about, and so once Theron got into the building, Ezekiel stopped conversation with you like instantly, because he knows that what he said to you is supposed to be kept secret. Okay, so you three are now in a room together. Josh is on one knee. What do you two do?
I just stand there looking at him, kind of like curiously.
Okay. Theron?
I'm going to tentatively put this leather bundle of arrows back, attach it to my pouch, whatever, and just kind of stare in awe at his throne, because I've never seen anything so luxurious before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so a quick description of Ezekiel. He looks exactly the way he was described in the books, Josh. He's clad head to toe in knight's armor, completely golden with black obsidian veins running through it to highlight the gold. There are 2 wings on his back, made out of gold as well. So it's a golden rib with feathers attached to it, and in the stories they're just ornamental. It's not actually attached to his body, but more so his armor set. So, as you guys are all looking at him, and Josh, you are down at one knee, you, instead of hearing him and his voice echo across the room, it's like he's speaking to you all telepathically. He tells you, Josh, individually to rise. So, rise, my child. There is no need to take a knee in my palace.
Okay. Okay, I won't be on one knee.
Okay.
Be on 2.
Yeah, I was thinking about it,
I'll
but
take both knees now.
I will stand up, but I definitely will not be making any eye contact. That's for sure.
Okay, so
Definitely eye contact.
Theron, you're looking at his eyes, except he doesn't have any. Where his eyes would be, it's just a pitch black visor. Like, you could see through the holes, but as you look through them, it's like you're looking into an infinite darkness.
Man, do I want to leave.
He senses that you're not at ease, and so you can hear his voice booming through your head. Theron, my son, there is nothing to be worried about.
You're not my dad!
I am here to protect all of my children.
My dad is dead.
And then Devin, you can hear his voice, and he just goes, my son, do not fear your past, for I shall bring you a brighter future. And after saying these 3 statements, you see something that has never been seen before. And Ezekiel rises from his throne.
Yo, what the fuck?
To overlook
He moves.
all of you. And with that, we're going to take a short 10-minute break.
Dope, I can throw a pizza in the oven.
yeah.
I was about to order it, and I was like, why waste money? I have a DiGiorno's.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
It's not delivery. It's
Yeah,
Sponsored by
DiGiorno's.
DiGiorno's Pizza.
Can you imagine if like one day we're sponsored? That would make so much money. He'd just quit college. He'd be like, we just hit the D&D now. All this
Just
time.
D&D.
Yeah,
all
and
the
then
time.
D&D gets boring, faded out, and then I have to go back to school to make any money.
It's true.
And life be like that sometimes, you know.
It really do be like that sometimes, though. All right, but this pizza, though, I'll be back.
Yes, same.
Josh, you saw Ezekiel rise, dude.
That was
Bro,
something.
He's giving you a standing ovation, bro.
Stop.
Man. Wait, actually, where did Devin go? He like actually disappeared from the server.
Good question. I do not know. But yeah, no, this is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm building Ezekiel up to be a villain. Or at least that's what I'm building right now. And it's completely unintentional. This guy is a good guy, I swear.
Yeah, dude, I just wasn't expecting to see Devin's character again. You stole bread, feels bad. Guess you die now.
Exactly. Had Devin build a character just to get killed so he could build another one.
Yeah, you're like, actually, this world doesn't support rogues, but I'll let you make the character. Thanks for paying me back for the bread that I bought.
Oh. I just realized you were talking to me. Yeah, no problem.
I like how that break, or that only took 1 hour before the break.
Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I was originally gonna have the break take place after the first half of the mission that Ezekiel's gonna send you guys on happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather end here where it's all like, what the fuck, Ezekiel just stood up?
Yeah.
What is going on?